Hello, everyone, once again. Welcome to... Oh, snap. You know what? I don't even have my gimmick on me. What am I even doing starting this live stream? Excuse me one moment. Amuse yourselves. Because I can't believe I didn't even get ready to come in with the gimmick. After all of this, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the final live stream of the year as I wield these two Grapply Awards, because I'm mailing my Grapplies out to all of the award winners from last week. Of course, if you want to hear that podcast, that was a Christmas Day special that we released, having our awards, our bests and worsts of the year. And, of course, earlier today, we released the final edition of the Court Martial podcast for the year 2020. This time, we are doing our TLC review, so check that out while you're liking and sharing and subscribing and hitting that bell button, as one would do. All right, I got to take these off. But more importantly, we're here to watch a match of the week, and I wish we could do this match of the week on better terms, but unfortunately, we are unfortunate in having to do this the way that we have to do this, because I didn't want to talk about this much as I pull this match up so I can share it with all of you on the live chat. Brodie Lee passed away at 41, and I gotta tell you, man, I'm absolutely stunned at that. I mean, there was really no word. We hadn't heard anything from anybody, really. Brodie just all of a sudden one day just wasn't on television anymore, and then, I guess nobody thought of anything of it. I know I didn't. I thought, oh, well, he's probably going through something, or, something going on. You never know what one person is going through. But little did we know that things were deteriorating so greatly for him, and that was really a surprise. And then out of nowhere, to find out that he had actually passed away. And it's never. I personally was never a huge fan of his, just because he definitely had a cult following, and I'm not talking the Dark Order. I know these jokes are not in the greatest of taste at the moment, but he was never my guy, right? But I can respect what was good about him. I don't think he ever got a fair chance to really do what he meant to do, and I think that the booking he was under in AEW did not help his case. Didn't make me like him anymore. Even if his matches were halfway decent, what I didn't like, the booking and the presentation just didn't do it for me. I don't think he should have been a part of the Dark Order, though I would not have had the Dark Order to begin with, but that's a story for another time. But the bottom line is here, it's tragic for a man, 41 years old. It was bad enough when we lost Eddie, right? And Eddie was beloved by absolutely everyone, but, he had his demons, his previous demons, and he'd kind of come on the other side of that, but, all that drug abuse had caught up to him. You don't really hear anything about that with this guy, with John Huber. And and for this to come really out of nowhere, tragic, absolutely tragic. And from what I hear, AEW is doing really well to make sure that his family is well taken care of. I have not seen the tribute show they did last night, but I heard it was really well done. It's hard. It's hard. We've lost a lot this year, and I guess before we even get started into this match, I'm going to pull up the list of wrestlers who died in 2020, because it's a doozy of a list. It is a doozy of a list. And let's see, we're going to get all the people here. This is, and some of these people will know, and some of these people we won't. But this is how we're going to go through it, and I'm sure that I'm hoping that this is everyone, and that all of these people are in fact on the list. And some of these will know, some of these won't. But I'll list some of the really major ones this year, because it was tough this year. There are a lot of people who out of nowhere this year just a shame. It's just a shame. It's so we started Bullet Bob. We lost Bullet Bob. We had to do a tribute to him, and we did do a tribute to him, and that was That was a big one. Another one of those guys where in the wrestling world you think, nah, that guy can't die. He's way too tough for that. Danny Hodge, I was just learning a lot about Danny Hodge, who died the same day as Brodie Lee. That was a surprise as well. I mean, Danny Hodge is another guy who I didn't really get a chance to learn a little bit before my time. I'd like to. I really would like to learn a little bit more about Danny, and maybe if there's any footage of him I can scrape up somewhere, I will try to find something Danny Hodge worthy. But I mean, he's one. Then of course Brodie, who we talked about, and he's going to be our match of the week. I'm going to add some of these other names, even though I don't know them. Adam Bueller, Big Slam, Aries El Guerrero, Bobby Lee. I'm not familiar with Bobby Lee. Danny Havoc, Dick Steinborn. Oh God, this year Hana Kimura. That one was so just ridiculously another tragedy, absolute tragedy, and that one was a big exposure of how toxic wrestling fans can be. I've long said that wrestling fans as a base have really deteriorated in their quality since even in the 80s and 90s. It's really gone south, and it's a shame what happened with that, and again, just tragic. Herodes, I'm not sure. Howard Finkel, I totally forgot about Howard Finkel. Another one that was another beloved figure that we lost. That was really that was a tough one to lose, because Fink was really, for many of us, a voice of our generation and a voice of the guy you heard all the time. Still the best, I think, in-ring announcer of all time, save for maybe Gordon Soley, because I really do like Gordon Soley. I think he's great too. Not talking about commentator, obviously. Wrestling 2, we lost Johnny Walker. That was a sad one. Another wrestler, Justice Payne. He was real young. Kamala, of course, passed away. We did that. Of course, we did the Kamala match for the match of the week. A big thing with Kamala. Karsten Beck, I'm not familiar with. Neither am I. Kat LaRue or Ketsu Sakurada. I'm not a big Japanese wrestling fan. Here's the weirdest one. This has been posted on a lot of wrestling sites, and I guess because he had a few matches, and still said Kevin Green passed away. Big football player who of course in the I guess it was in '95 was competing with the Horsemen or against the Horsemen, or he was in a series of things. He was around. Kevin Green got around as a pro wrestler, even though it wasn't his priority, and in no way should it have been because of how good he was at doing football. So La Parka 2, that's the new La Parka, well, the formerly new La Parka, passed away. Mike Rollerball Rocco, another sad one that went. Who again? He was another one I didn't really know much about. Mike Somiani, I don't know much about. Mitch Ryder, I don't know. Pampiro Firpo, I'm starting to research. And as far as an old name in the wrestling annals, a name that is worthy of historical significance, at least I'm starting to figure out. So Pampiro Firpo, I'm going to have to definitely add more stuff about. Very interesting character. Very interesting character as far as human character. Not wrestling, I'm acting character, but actually an interesting character of a person. And in the same way, Pat Patterson, we had our big memorial about Pat. I don't know Principe Herrero or Puppet. Oh, I do remember Puppet. I think Puppet was that little guy that they had, the little person they had in TNA in like 2002 and 2003. Really small guy. Yeah, I think so. I think that was his name. Rip Oliver, another old name, passed away. The other Road Warrior, we lost Animal. We lost Rocky Johnson. Oh, God, Shad Gaspard. Do you want to talk about tragedy? Another guy being taken too young, just being sucked out into a riptide. That was a killer. No pun intended. Oh, God, I didn't mean the pun. But that was a killer to all of us. Again, I'm gonna go through some more people. Ryan Smile, he was a young guy too. Steve Casey, Steve Gillespie, Supreme, Cy Sperling, Silvano Sousa, The Bruiser, Tommy Brooks, Tony Russo, Tracy Smothers, another sad one. Tracy Smothers, I started to watch Tracy Smothers and what Tracy was capable of, and boy, if he was just in the wrong, he was the right type of wrestler in the wrong era, but a good worker, real good worker. I enjoyed everything Tracy did that I saw. Sad to see him go too. Winona Littlehart, I think she was one of Moolah's girls. I think. I if I recall correctly, but I'm not absolutely positive on that. There was a young guy, Xavier, I remember, and then Zeus, Tiny Lister, Tom Lister, of course, who competed in that one match as Zeus with Hulk Hogan or against Hulk Hogan or whatever the ridiculousness of that was. But, I mean, look at this list. There's some real big names alone. Bob Armstrong, Brodie Lee, Danny Hodge. Hannah Kimura was tragic. I don't count her as a big name. Howard Finkel, Johnny Walker, Kamala, Kevin Green. I don't know if I'd call him a big name. Mark Rocco to some circles, definitely. Pampiro Firpo, certainly. Pat Patterson, Rip Oliver, Road Warrior Animal, Rocky Johnson, Chad Gaspard to some degree, Tracy Smothers, and Zeus. I mean, that's, and I'm sure that all of those other people who all have stories that I don't know of, also tragic to lose them as well. So as we say goodbye to 2020, I say goodbye to these people one final time because it's never fun to watch or get a list of wrestling deaths because they seem to be so frequent, especially this year. They just seem to come just wham, bam, 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 bam. And it's sad to say, but this is life, though. But rest in peace to all of those, especially Brodie. And that brings us to our match of the week. And I know I've gone up for a while. This is probably the one and only Chikara match I'm ever going to be reviewing for a match of the week. But of course, it's a tribute episode. So we had to do it for Brodie's sake. For a man who is so beloved by everyone almost unanimously in the wrestling business, I felt obliged. So the name of this video, if you can't click it on the live chat, is Chikara, Cesaro versus Luke Harper, and then in parentheses, Claudio Castagnoli versus Brodie Lee, in brackets, Chikara, all caps, September 7th, 2008. The name of the YouTube channel is Chikara, all caps, office, all lower caps. And we are going to start at 000. This is a cage match between Castagnoli and Brodie Lee. This should be good. I don't see in any universe how this is going to suck. But we will see how it goes. But I'm going to try to be objective here. And, no disrespect to Brodie Lee now that he has passed. But I'm not going to be any fairer or any more lenient on him just because he's passed. So if his wrestling sucks, I'm going to say it sucks. But again, this is not about the work. This is about the person. Obviously, any time that a wrestler who is part of wrestling and has got that much level of recognition deserves the respect. And obviously, I'm hurting with the rest of the wrestling world right now. Because even though he may not have been my favorite, it never feels good. Ever. So let's watch this with reverence. Let's hope that this match is good. I know I like Cesaro, and from what I've seen of Brodie Lee, I've liked his work too. So this should be good. We're starting at 000. Everybody get ready with me. We're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. This might be the first Chikara match I've ever seen. Wait a minute. What the hell is this guy? What the hell is this dude? This is like if Willow. This is like if Willow. You found Willow in like No Man's Sky in like a different galaxy, or not in the galaxy, but on a different planet in the same galaxy, and you went to New. Is that mask made of foam? Like cheap Michael's styrofoam? And what is with this collar?
But regardless, this match will go down in history as the first and only steel cage match. Watch for the fabled Crimson Mask in this one, as Claudio Castagnoli and Brodie Lee come together head to head, clevering big suplex.
This dude is a total goof. What the hell was that? Wait, hold on. At 1 minute and 15 seconds, we're gonna pause here. Pause. A minute 15. Come back. Wait a second. So you're telling me. You're telling me. So they opened this video with this masked goof who's wearing this willow mask, but it's pink and it's got antennas with like an 80s pop collar that's up past his mask, past his head. He's mic'd up wearing no shirt and black beads, and he's saying this just a whole bunch of gobbledygook, some mealy mouth half-assed promo of this dude like, oh, be prepared for the Crimson Mask is the first and only match. How are you supposed to take a match between two guys who are not masked, starting off this cage match hot as Brodie Lee came right in and came right out after Claudio? This major high-stakes match, it's a cage match, it's an intense match between two pro wrestlers that look like pro wrestlers. How are you going to open with that masked goof? That how are you going to lead with that? And this is Chikara. I don't know. Maybe that's Chikara's whole deal. I know. I'm looking at a different standard. But how do you go from that and then go straight into a hot start in a cage match and expect anyone to get ready or feel the gravitas of the feud? I'm sorry. I mean, we had to stop because that was such a mood shift. I was so not prepared for that. So, everybody, we're starting at 115. For those of you who need a visual, Claudio is right on the corner of the cage as I think Brodie is about to deliver a kick to him. So we're going to do another countdown. That was absolutely ridiculous. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh, Triple H stairs bump. Although those steps are wooden, which is no surprise because this is pro wrestling. This is indie pro wrestling. This is Chikara. Brodie definitely does not have the muscle tone that he would later develop. Yeah, he's definitely not. Yeah, Brodie's definitely not in the not in the physical shape he would be in. This is 2008. Punch to the ear. So this is what, 5 years before Brodie Lee would show up in? No. What was it, 2013? 2012, 2013 when they were in NXT? So this is a good 4 or 5 years before that. Oh, they're in Philadelphia, huh? Now the match has started. Oh, Claudio strikes look good. Brodie no selling because he's tall. But he's working his size. And oh, that was bad. That was 100% Claudio and 0% Brodie. Ow. That looked like it hurt. Although it kind of looks like Brodie might be kind of green here. I don't know how long he had been in at this point. Normally, I'd be all over Brodie for this gimmick for the outfit, but that's basically what he's worn his entire career, A, and B, this is a cage match, so I don't really blame him for wearing a white beater and jeans and the Ron Zombie cut tee. Oh, spear into the cage.
Claudio Castagnoli, and right now he's in firm control.
This is a cage match, but there's like no fans in this dungeon. Everyone's just gonna sit there and, oh, here we go. Now somebody's doing something. Now the fans waking up a little. This is a fairly slow start to a cage match, man.
To see who does, they actually do escape and both get on the floor. Well, there's absolutely no way indeed that one referee would be enough to control a match of this magnitude.
Now, it kind of sounds like these guys are commentating while this match is happening in the arena. Like they're actually like doing this out loud so that they can all hear.
Brodie Lee is just so strong. He whips that man, and he hits the ropes at the same time, just all the way through that steel cage.
Say what you want, but this kind of looks like it's been all Claudio bumping around like a fish and not a whole lot of Brodie doing much. I mean, which is fair, I suppose.
I try to follow everybody here in Chikara with every place that they wrestle, everything that they've done. I don't know if either one of these men have been in a cage match before. This could be a first for these two men as well. Nice defensive maneuver.
I like how these guys, these commentators, don't even know their own wrestlers' history. Have they been in a cage match before? Have they not? Oh, I don't know.
And again, normally Bryce would be in there with a warning, but no disqualification in this match. Only pinfall when they're inside the.
Oh God! Oh, knees to the face.
Choked on the ropes. He really can't stop anything.
Claudio's selling, trying to get the facials in. This is still early in Claudio's career, too. Hence why they're both in Chikara.
Submission is just going to be used to wear your opponent down, maybe so they can't climb out of the cage. Brodie Lee, not much of a submission wrestler, more the type gun and kick in the face. And speaking of which,
Yeah, the run into the corner and the kick, the boot to the face, that wasn't completely destroyed yet.
definitely known for his technical expertise and prowess. Again, probably one of the most technically sound wrestlers in the world.
Double arm suplex off the top. Nice. Bad cover, though. I like how it's pinfall, though. It's not, oh, escape the cage. It looks like they're actually in here to fight. Which is nice. They're not going too fast. I would have liked a little hotter of a start.
Sick headbutts by Brodie Lee. Brodie just measuring him here. Claudio trying to keep his distance from Brodie Lee, but Brodie Lee's a big guy with a big reach.
It's weird seeing Claudio in tights. I just realized, like full-fledged tights.
Brodie Lee, Claudio trying to get to his feet. Pulling himself up on the ropes.
That is not something you see all the time.
Slap to the face. You don't see that happen very often in Claudio Castagnoli. And now just standing on that right on his throat, and there's nothing that Refla can do in this case. I mean, it's officiating, and what kind of enforcement can he do? And again, there is no enforcement. Again, we're going to see a winner in this match. Whether it be by pinfall or escape from the cage. It's not going to be disqualification. Big closed fist there, absolutely legal.
God, these guys, these two doing commentary. I mean, God bless them. They're trying, but boy, they sound like a couple of marks doing commentary on an E-Fit.
It's not very often that Claudio Castagnoli is at a size disadvantage. And while it may not be a very
But like I said, they're trying. I'll give them credit for trying. There's more life in these two guys, these two marks, or mark-sounding individuals doing commentary here. There's more life in these guys than there is in any of the commentary in WWE. I'd almost take these two over any of WWE commentary right now. And Claudio would cinch those European uppercuts up a lot more in later years.
Brodie Lee right back up. He made them out of it. He got right back up to his feet. Trying valiantly to keep himself from being
Nice. I would have liked that for not to be just grab behind the head and pull. I would have rather that be like an Irish whip into an Irish, but, the shoot and the shoot, but whatever. People behind Claudio, which is nice. Slingshot. Oh, the big swing. Big swing. Oh, God, that looked bad. Yeah, I bet he did. Yeah, that looks hard way. Yeah, that was definitely hard way. I don't know what he hit, but he hit something hard way. We'll go back at the end. It was on that big swing. Yeah, I don't know. It might have just been the canvas. Canvas might have just busted his ass open. I mean, that looked nasty. I do not think he was supposed to get used there.
And right now, Brodie Lee is face.
Yeah, you can hear the echo. They're saying this during the match. That's gotta break your concentration so hard if you're in the ring like that. What is this? Oh God! Yeah, I could see why WWE wouldn't let you do that, but that looks pretty cool.
I think Brodie knows what he wants to do. He needs to focus, and again, he's decided he's going to climb out over the top, trying to get his wits about him, and I believe he's done so now. He knows
I'd really like to see the stipulation of crawling out of the cage not really used. You can see all the footholds that they've got in that cage. Oh, is he going to do the big airplane spin?
What's he have in store here? Oh my God, that's a lot of weight on his shoulders. Can you believe it? No,
press into the cage. And Claudio too doesn't look like he's even in the athletic shape he'd end up being in, even by the time he got to Ring of Honor, or stayed in longer in Ring of Honor in 2009 to 2000. What was it? 2013. He went to WWE, something like that. Yeah, right around the same time, I think. Oh, big boot. Haluva kick.
Brodie has taken so much punishment he cannot capitalize right now, but he needs to. Well, I mean, right now, Chikara, with all that blood loss, that doesn't help matters at all for Brodie Lee. I mean, the man is partially blind to both sides.
These fans do not know who to cheer. I don't know if they care who to cheer. Even though they have been cheering more for Claudio, that is a big power bomb. Now, this is 2008, so it's not going to be a spot fest to finish this matchup, thankfully. They're actually selling their shit, which is nice. I'd really like Brodie to just go back in there and just beat him.
He saw Claudio coming, and he would have been in a rough spot. Now they're fighting on the top rope. It's the very dangerous spot to be, man.
I have credit to these two guys for wrestling in front of barely anybody. They're really going in on each other. Oh! Ow. Ow. But I like that. I like that spot, though. The double low blow on the ropes to the fall. I like that. That's clever. I wonder what Brodie just threw.
Who will be the first man to the feet right now? Apparently neither, as both men on their knees exchanging blows, slaps to the face.
Brodie's slaps are looking really, really weak. Claudio's look nice and tight, and they would end up getting even tighter. But right now, Brodie's would end up looking better later. But at this moment, his strikes look bad. Oh, and again, Claudio doing a lot of that strongman stuff, but he doesn't really have the strongest pound for pound. He's not as strong. He's not there yet to do all those moves and make them look as good as they would end up looking. I don't think that's all on Brodie. Although Brodie's a big dude, and props to Claudio for doing what he has been doing, but even that big swing was not what the big swing would end up being. Oh, ref bump.
Now he's down for the count. What happens in a situation like this? Brodie Lee just keeps driving Claudio back to the buckle. Big back body drop, but Claudio
That was
lands
nice.
on the feet.
Oh, Brogue kick?
Brodie's down.
Brogue kick, no referee. Referee trying to get in.
And the bottom referee.
Oh, the ref can't get in because they actually chained the cage door shut. I like that. Now, okay, this is clever. I like this. Okay, Chikara, I see you. Uh-oh. What's he doing? Another tranquilizer? Big power bomb.
This could be a Chikara 1, 2, and no!
Yeah, that was way too long. But at least that was long enough to where it makes sense that Brodie would or could kick out of that. I like that ref bump, goes for the pin, tries to get a new ref in, but the ref can't get into the ring. Oh, it was a nice athletic move by the referee. Trying to sell his rib. And the ref's selling, or he was selling. He still looks at it, but no, he is selling. Good for him. Discus clothesline. Love that the ref is selling. Now Brodie going for another power bomb this time of his. Oh God, that power bomb looked gnarly, but he laid him flat, so that was good. That it kind of feels like that power bomb should have ended it. Tell you the truth. I know they're probably going to give Claudio the win here. They've got another 2 minutes left in this match. This is what, a 17-minute matchup here? Oh, and that will do it. That better do it. That better do it. Bad cover, though. Bad cover. I hate that legs over the arm and grab the foot from the other side cover. Hate that. Just press. How come no one wants to just flat press cover somebody? Jay Leno should not have a better wrestling cover than any wrestlers nowadays. What the hell is that? Who is this ginger fuck? Oh, and there's an even smaller ginger fuck. What? Definitely a Chikara native. Nice to see the bleeding has stopped. This dude looks like Sam Gamgee on a diet. This commentator sounds like Psychic Pebbles. Only not as funny. Last time this happened, don't escape. No, it's time for your obligatory top rope spot. Nah, Claudio, just get the hell out of there. Let that European uppercut be it. These fans are not helping because they really should be excited for him right now. The heel just got foiled. Babyface did it. The fans are not really invested. Oh, he's going to be dumb. Of course, top of the cage spot. Got to do a top of the cage spot. Otherwise, what's the point of having a cage match? Oh, damn. I didn't think I was. Oh, my God. I didn't think that was going to be an uppercut. Now he's going to go for that big Claudio bomb, tranquilizer thing, cover, 2. Wow. All right. I like that. Okay. Fine. I'm okay with that finish. As much as those cage spots, like you have to have a jump off the top of the cage, it's cliche. It's like, but the fact that uppercut looked awesome on a dive. The fact he did it, hit his finisher, and got a pin, all for that. All for that. Because most of the time they go for it, it fails, and then the heel wins, and it's like that was nice. For as ridiculous as that opening promo was, with whatever the hell that guy was doing, to the mark commentators and the indie fans that didn't know how to put any sort of weight into this match, this was fun. This was fun. It was more fun. Started out slow, but they got me towards the end, and that's what matters. And of course, Brodie, I know that you would have much better matches than this real early in your career, but still, this was fun to watch. It was fun to watch. It's fun to see where Brodie would end up, and of course, rest in peace, Brodie. I mean, it's sad that we even had to do it like this, but here we are. That's it for 2020, folks. So I'm gonna tip the cap. I'm gonna take off the cap and say thank you very much. Before I really get going, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart how thankful I am for each and every one of you who have stuck through this year. I know it's been tough times for a lot of us, and this was something that I wanted to do, start this podcast and really get it going at the level, but little did I know how fun it was going to be week after week to continually bring you the quality programming that you deserve, and for you guys to be along the ride every single way. I mean, the hits from all of our show reviews to doing the fantasy booking to getting the co-host in Skylar. I mean, this year, I couldn't have asked for a better launch for the Core Martial podcast than what we got this year. And we've got so much more to come. 2021 is going to be a very exciting year for the Core Martial podcast, and I hope you'll stick with us. I hope you'll stay with us too, because we're going to be knocking it out of the park, and we can't wait to see you there. Thank you very much for watching all year, and we will see you in 2021, ladies and gentlemen. I am your Colonial Champion, Sean McCarty. Happy New Year. Blah, blah. And that's how we're going to end it. Happy blah, blah, everybody.